Hello, everybody. I'm Jamie Carter. Welcome to Football Heaven 24/7. This is episode 16, dated on the 3rd of May on a Tuesday, 2022. I'm just going to do a review of all the weekend's action. A little bit late getting this up, but there was a crucial game tonight in the Championship. As you can see, I'm wearing one of my two teams. I know you only meant to have one team, but Scunthorpe United went down. Forest was my other team when I was a kid. There was playing Bournemouth tonight. There was a lot at stake. If Forest could have won, they would have gone ahead of Bournemouth into second place in the Championship. Fulham already went up as champions last night after winning 7-0 at home to Luton. They're back into the Premier League. Tonight was such a massive game. There was a lot at stake. Unfortunately, the referee was really dodgy. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Forest fan, but there was a clear penalty. Surridge wasn't offside. He was put through by Spence, and he ended up getting tripped by the goalkeeper. Now that should have been a penalty. That was missed. There was a corner that was missed. There was a number of things that were missed in the game. Absolutely shocking for a game of that, of such importance. There should have been VAR like there is for the Premier League games. A couple of decisions went wrong. Forest could have had a chance there, but yeah, it would have been better for them if they had got that early goal. So a little bit gutted, but Bournemouth won 1-0 in the end. Keith Moore scored on the 83rd minute. Bit of a blow, but it now means that obviously Forest are going to be in the playoffs. Bournemouth have gone up in second place into the Premier League. A bit annoyed, as you can imagine, as you can all sympathise, whatever team you support. There's been probably a few moments in your club's history that have caused you a bit of upset. But, we've got to keep supporting our teams. Now, looking at that table, I'm going to concentrate on the Championship because obviously I brought that into focus because of talking about the game tonight being Tuesday night. Forest at the weekend, going into that game, had won 5-1 at home to Swansea City. Steve Cooper, the Forest manager's former club, Swansea City, they beat them 5-1. Surridge scored a hat-trick. There was an own goal by Christie, and then there was a goal by Mighton, one of the young Forest players that's come up through the academy, along with Worrell and Ryan Yates, and obviously Brennan Johnson. Anyhow, that was what the score was going into the thing, so you would have thought Forest would be confident from that. Bournemouth had come into that game tonight having won 3-0 on the Saturday against Blackburn. So I think overall Bournemouth they've got a bigger squad, they've got more money to spend. So in the end, that's what's told. They had a bit of luck. They had a referee that was a bit of a home banker with them tonight, but they got their reward, I suppose. But I think justice will be served if Forest can get up in the through the playoffs. Anyway, I'll go more into it. Running down all the games. Monday night, yesterday night, Manchester United won 3-0 against Brentford. Like I say, Fulham won 7-0 against Luton, which made them champions of the Championship. Port Vale and Newport County played each other. Now, Port Vale had to win to get into third place automatic promotion out of League Two, but not Newport County won their 2-1. And likewise, the early kick-off before that, Salford City were playing Mansfield. Now, Salford City had a chance of getting into playoffs if they won that game. Mansfield had a chance of getting into that top three, into that third position to get automatic promotion, but that game finished 2-2. So, as it stands, obviously Mansfield are still in the playoffs. Salford are just outside. Port Vale are in the playoffs as well, still in League Two. But we'll go through some of the scores. I mean, like I said, I've just done a bit on Monday and tonight's games. Currently, Liverpool are losing 2-0 at half-time to Villarreal. Whether they can pull that back, that will remain to be seen. Obviously, I'll review that in a couple of days' time. But anyway, let's just run down the Premier League games from Saturday and Sunday. So, yeah, Aston Villa was playing Norwich City. Norwich City were officially sent down. Dean Smith going back to his old team that he used to manage, Aston Villa. He's an Aston Villa boy, born and bred. But unfortunately, they sent him down with 2 goals, with a goal from Watkins on the 41st minute and a goal from Danny Ings on the 90th. And then Leeds was playing Manchester City in the evening kickoff, which was on Sky Sports. Manchester City were just too strong. I mean, earlier in the day, Liverpool had won in the early kickoff, narrowly away at Newcastle 1-0. That had put them momentarily at the top of the league. But Manchester City won 4-0 at Leeds. Leeds put up a bit of a fight, but they eventually succumb in the second half. Goals from Rodri in the first half on 13 minutes, Ake, Gabriel Jesus, and Fernandinho came on with about 6 minutes to spare. Got a goal. He's 36 years old. He will not be playing for Manchester City next season. He'll be moving on. I'm guessing going back to Brazil, his home nation. So fair play to him. He's won pretty much everything there is to win out there. Fernandinho, he's been a great servant for Manchester City. But it looks like the way things are going that Manchester City will win the Premier League. There's still another 4 games to go for each of them, but I just can't see Manchester City slipping up. They've got Newcastle at the weekend. Although Newcastle have picked up a bit of form, I think Manchester City will be too strong for them. And Liverpool are playing at the weekend. They're playing Tottenham at home. I think obviously Liverpool could win that one, but I think if we're looking at it realistically, they're both probably going to win all their games, their last 4 games each, which would obviously mean that, in my opinion, so that would obviously mean that Manchester City are going to win that. But like I say, Liverpool slipping up a bit tonight. They were on for a quadruple. It's never been done before in English football in the top flight. Obviously, Manchester United hold the record in 1999 for the best season, winning the treble. Obviously, that's the Champions League, the League, and the FA Cup. Anyway, but yeah, so it'll be interesting to see, but I would probably say Manchester City are just going to finish that point ahead like they are currently at the moment. Chelsea remained in third, even though they lost in a away at Everton. Now, Everton played some fantastic football. They were playing direct football. They talked about it on Sky Sports. Instead of playing it out from the back like a lot of teams are doing in the Premier League now because of learning from how Pep's been playing doing that tactic for Manchester City a few years back. They've been more direct. What I mean by that is they've been doing long goal kicks like they used to do back in the day, obviously in before this playing out from the back, like so they've been more direct. It seems to have worked for them. There was a mistake by Azpilicueta, the Chelsea defender, which allowed Richarlison to basically steal the ball off him in the 47th minute, and he shot from just inside the box. And that meant that Everton won that game 1-0. It was a crucial win for Everton because Everton now have a game in hand. They had 33 games and the 2 played, which means there's another 5 to go. But they've got a game in hand over Leeds and Burnley, and they're only 2 points off both of them. If they win that game in hand, obviously Leeds will drop into that final relegation place along with Watford and Norwich. Currently, Watford, although mathematically not sent down, they're going down. They're only on 22 points. They're literally 12 points off getting out of safety with 4 games left. It's just not going to happen. So Norwich and Watford are down. And then, like I say, it's one of the 3 between Burnley, Leeds, and Everton. I think the way that Leeds are playing at the moment, they're probably looking like the shakiest to go down. I was saying on the last episode that I thought Everton was going to go down for the first time in, I think I believe it's like 80 odd years. But looking at it, Everton, they're going to get. It looks like they've got something to get out of it. So I don't know. I think it's a battle between Everton and Leeds. I think Burnley are just on some great form at the moment. I think they've had like 4 wins out of the last 6 games, so they're doing some fantastic stuff. Anyway, we'll look at some of the other games. Obviously, there's a battle for the 4th place in the Premier League, as we know, between Arsenal and Tottenham. Tottenham were playing earlier in the day on the Sunday kickoff, and they were playing at 2:00. They were playing at home to Leicester City. It's pretty much plain sailing for Spurs. A goal from Kane and 2 goals from in the first half and 2 goals from Son in the second half put Tottenham 3-0 up, and then Iheanacho got one back for Leicester, but it was too little or too late on the 90th minute. And then we had the 4:30 kickoff on the Sunday, which was another crucial one. Now, momentarily, obviously, Tottenham were sitting in 4th and Arsenal were in 5th, but then, of course, West Ham played Arsenal at home. West Ham have got sort of one eye on trying to turn around that 2-1 defeat from Eintracht Frankfurt in the first leg of the Europa League last Thursday. They're playing this Thursday, obviously at home to Eintracht Frankfurt. Away to Eintracht Frankfurt. I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to say that West Ham will actually overturn that. I'm going to go for 2-0. 2-0 West Ham. Put my neck on the line. I think West Ham can make it to a final. Obviously, if they make it to the final, it's between RB Leipzig or Rangers to go through. As I said before, it would be lovely to see Rangers and West Ham in an all-British Europa League final, but we'll see what will happen in that game. I could get it completely wrong. Obviously, if I was getting it all right, like I've said before, I would not be I'd not be doing these episodes. I'd be a multimillionaire by now, but there we go. It's hard to predict some of the things. Sometimes you go more with your heart than your head, and sometimes when you go with your head, it just doesn't work either. So anyway, but like I say, going back to the West Ham Arsenal game, Arsenal did win it in the end. 2 goals from 2 defenders, Holding and Gabriel, either side of equaliser from Jared Bowen for West Ham. But that put Arsenal back into fourth. So currently, obviously, the top 4 is Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and then Arsenal. And then you've got Tottenham in 5th. Manchester United, like I say, on Monday night, last night, they won 3-0 against Brentford. That put them in 6th. There was a goal from Ronaldo in that game. A goal from Varane, it was his first goal for Manchester United as well. And a long-awaited goal I think it was the first goal in, they said 11 games for Bruno Fernandes, which scored the first goal. So, yeah, Manchester United are in 6th, so that's a Europa League place. West Ham should have to qualify to get into Europa League if they cannot win the Europa League by getting to the final, obviously winning there. But we'll see what happens. We'll work out. There's a couple more results that I've not mentioned. As I said, Burnley on a fantastic run. They were 1-0 down after 8 minutes through an own goal from Tarkowski on 8 minutes. But Cork and Brownhill got 2 goals back in the last 7 minutes of the game to make Burnley win 2-1. To all but, like I say, condemn Watford down to the Championship for next season and take Burnley a little bit further away from the relegation zone. They're on a great run. I fancy them to go up. Also, there's a bit of late drama in the game between Southampton and Crystal Palace. Romeo scored from a header from a corner for Southampton to put them up 1-0 up on 9 minutes. But Ibarici's Eze and Zaha got a stunning equaliser. He come on quite late in the game. He got a goal in the 90th minute to turn that in the favour. So there was a bit of drama in a few games. As I say, that Burnley game away at Watford and Crystal Palace getting all 3 points away at Southampton. So bit of drama, but that's what we like to see at the end of the season. As I said, looking at that table, Leeds are struggling for some form. I really think Leeds could be in danger of going back down after 2 seasons in the Premier League. So who knows? We'll see what happens, but there's going to be probably, like they say, a lot of twists and turns before that, but we'll see what goes down. Anyway, so we'll go back onto the Championship focus for those games that were played on the Saturday just gone. Barnsley were already down. They were at home to Preston. They lost 3-1. As I said earlier, Bournemouth won 3-0 away at Blackburn. Derby were already down, but they were playing for a bit of pride. They was away at Blackpool. They beat Blackpool 2-0. Bristol City had an amazing win against Hull, who were already safe. Didn't have much to play for, and they won 5-0 Bristol City. 2 goals from Vyman, Semenyo, 2 goals from Chris Martin as well. Not the singer out of Coldplay. There's a football player called Chris Martin. For those of you that are not aware of lower league teams. And then Cardiff against Birmingham City. That was 1-1 in the end. Cardiff obviously safe. Coventry and Huddersfield. Huddersfield cemented their place in the playoffs. I think they did that the week before, to be fair. But they won 2-1 away at Coventry. Middlesbrough had a great result to keep their playoff ambitions alive, winning 3-1 at home to Stoke. Millwall kept their playoff ambitions alive with a 3-0 win against already relegated Peterborough United. As I said earlier, Forest had won 5-1, but obviously lost tonight in that crucial sort of automatic promotion game, which Bournemouth are now obviously automatically promoted, like I say. They won 5-1 against Swansea, impressive result. But it's going to be the playoffs for Forest. And then Reading didn't have anything to really play for. West Brom neither. West Brom won that 1-0. And then QPR on the Friday night kickoff just gone. That was on Sky. They went 1-0 up through Charlie Austin, but Ndeye, Robinson and Conor Hourihane scored 3 goals for Sheffield United in the second half to make it 3-1 to keep Sheffield United in the playoffs. So looking at the table, like I say, Fulham are champions. Bournemouth are up in second place as runners up. In the playoffs, it's Forest, Huddersfield, Luton, and Sheffield United, but that could change. Middlesbrough and Millwall are still in with a shout, depending on what Luton and Sheffield United can do at the weekend. It'll be interesting to find out, but obviously I'll be doing a preview of that in another couple of days' time of those games coming up. Do a bit of a focus on obviously the games that are important, the ones that teams need to do to get into playoffs. Obviously, the Championship and League Two playoffs will be decided. Promotion and playoffs will be decided. Well, promotions will be decided in the Championship, but the playoffs will be decided in Championship and League Two by the end of this weekend coming up. So obviously, I'll be able to do a review of that as well. But anyway, we're going into the League One. Everything was decided on Saturday in League One. It was early kickoffs. It was 12:30 kickoffs all around. Wimbledon were already down. They lost 4-3 at home to Accrington Stanley. Bolton Wanderers sort of finishing around mid-table, Bolton Wanderers finishing just that, well, not too far at the playoffs. But they won 4-2 against Fleetwood, who just stayed up on the last day thanks to Gillingham losing 2-0 to Rotherham. That meant that Rotherham were automatically promoted, along with Wigan, who went up as champions. In the playoffs, it's MK Dons, Sheffield Wednesday, Sunderland and Wycombe. But the other results, Burton 1, Wycombe 2, Cambridge 2, Cheltenham 2. As I said, Rotherham beat Gillingham 2-0 to get automatically promoted in second. Ipswich Town beat Charlton 4-0. Lincoln won 2-1 on the last day of the season against Crewe. Sunderland cemented themselves in the playoff place, winning 1-0 away at Morecambe. Oxford finished just outside the playoffs after a decent season, though, winning 2-1 against Doncaster Rovers. Plymouth got absolutely battered by MK Dons, but MK Dons will still be in the playoffs. Unfortunately, Plymouth finished just outside, only 3 points outside. But they've still had a great season, Plymouth, to be fair. And then Sheffield Wednesday cemented their playoff place by absolutely smashing Portsmouth 4-1 at home. Goals from Gregory, Berahino, Story and Baez. And then, as I say, Wigan went up as champions. They smashed Shrewsbury comfortably at Shrewsbury 3-0. So that's that. As I say, Gillingham, Doncaster, AFC Wimbledon and Crewe got relegated into League Two from League One. Wigan and Rotherham went up. The playoffs have got MK Dons, Sheffield Wednesday, Sunderland and Wycombe in. MK Dons and Wycombe play tomorrow night, Wednesday night, and Sunderland and Sheffield Wednesday play on Thursday night, and then there's the return legs the following, I believe, on Saturday and Sunday as well, a few days after that. Or I think it might be Sunday and Monday. I think it's that anyway, but they're going to be played. Going into League Two, Exeter and Forest Green have been promoted, but it's still a battle on the last day of the season to see who wins the title. Exeter are at home to Port Vale on the last day of the season. Though obviously Port Vale have got something to play for to stay into the playoffs, so they need at least a point to do that. And then obviously in the other game for Forest Green, which will decide whether they're going to be champions or not, they will be playing away at Mansfield, who also have something to play for. So there's quite a lot of excitement. There's going to be a lot of twists and turns because Mansfield need to get a point or more to basically, probably more than that, or win to stay in the playoffs, So there's Sutton and Tranmere that can still get into the playoffs for League Two. So it's all hotting up. But as we know, unfortunately, Scunthorpe and Oldham went down both for the first time in their history into the conference. I think Oldham was 115 years since, and they'd not been out the Football League in that time, but now they are, and Scunthorpe was 72 years, so pretty bad stuff. But anyway, I'll just run down the results. One of my mates went to Carlisle. He travelled all the way up there. He likes to go around all the non-league grounds and the lower league teams. He's doing a fantastic podcast actually on Facebook. I'll have to show him how to do on YouTube so we can get that up there, because there's a lot of non-league fans out there that would be very interested in what he does. But anyway, I'll give you more information about that, and we'll sort out a link so that you can obviously follow him if you wish to do that as well. But yeah, he went to watch Carlisle against Stevenage. They won 2-1. Colchester, they were already safe. Walsall was obviously, that was 2-2 between Colchester and Walsall. Leyton Orient, sort of a localish derby. They had to travel into Surrey from East London. They won 2-0 away at Crawley. Forest Green got smashed by Harrogate Town 3-1 at home. I think they were just relaxing because obviously they're already promoted. Northampton played Exeter, and that was a crucial one because that was a fight for teams to get into the automatic promotion places. But that finished 1-1. Northampton took an early lead through Pinnock on 29. But there's a goal back from, I think it's Numby for Exeter on the 71st minute. So he equalised. That was 1-1 in that game between Northampton and Exeter City. Rochdale, this was the crazy game of the weekend in League Two. Rochdale raced into a 3-1 lead, and they're right down the bottom of the table, a couple of places off the relegation places. They raced into a 3-1 lead at home to Bristol Rovers, who obviously were trying to get automatic promotion. But Rovers came back in crazy fashion. They got 2 goals in the last 2 minutes of the game. Collins got a hat trick, Aaron Collins for them. And that game finished 4-3 from being 3-1 down to Rovers. So big shout out to Rovers. As usual, we do that for a couple of the Rovers lads that follow me. They know who they are, the usual. My lads, Scunthorpe, they drew, obviously already down ages ago, drew 1-0 with Hartlepool, a bit more respectability. There was 4,210 fans there. I don't know if they were giving away free tickets, but that's pretty brutal. But yeah, it's been a shocking season for Scunny. A bit upset by that. If I'm honest, out of the 2 teams, Scunny and Forest, I was always became more passionate about Scunthorpe, even though they were the smaller team. Yeah, I suppose I've always liked the underdog sort of teams, so that's the thing really. But Sutton United, they were trying to fight to get into the playoffs, but they didn't seem like they were that bothered. Maybe their players' legs are getting a bit tired. It's their first season in League Two. They've had a great season, to be fair. Even if they finish outside the playoffs, they're currently in 8th, only 1 point outside the playoffs. They can still get in there if they win their game on a Saturday. But anyway, yeah, they lost 4-1 at home to Bradford. Pretty shocking result for them. Swindon played Barrow. Swindon had to win that to have a chance, to get into playoffs. They won that one 2-1. And then Tranmere, obviously, they got aspirations to get into the playoffs as well, and they've still got a chance. Only 2 points outside, and they won 2-0 at home to already relegated Hull. So, yeah, that's what's going on. Like I say, Liverpool are losing at half time in the Champions League tonight, being Tuesday night, Tuesday the 3rd of May. Obviously, I'm going to do a quick rundown tomorrow's games. A massive other semi-final between Real Madrid and Manchester City. I'm going to say 3-2 to 3-2 to Real Madrid. And then we've got the Thursday night Europa League. We've got the second legs of the semi-final between Eintracht Frankfurt and West Ham. Eintracht Frankfurt 2-1 up from the first leg. But as I say, I'm going to go with my heart, but I think West Ham have got it in them. I'm going to say 2-0 to West Ham away at Eintracht Frankfurt. And then Rangers are playing RB Leipzig. I think there's going to be a bit of heartache in this game. I think it's going to be 2-1 to Leipzig, unfortunately. But yeah, I'll say 2-1 Leipzig. And then we've got the conference, which also involves another British team, Leicester City. They drew 1-1 at home to Roma last week. And they've got to play Roma away. But Roma are going to basically, I think Roma are going to beat. No, I think, I'll go for a 1-1 draw, and I'll say that Roma will win that on penalties or something like that. So go with that. And then Marseille lost 3-2 away at Feyenoord last week. They're playing at home this week. But I'm going to go for Feyenoord 2-1 in that game. So I'm thinking it's going to be a Feyenoord-Roma final. and hopefully a West Ham, probably Leipzig final. So we'll see what happens. West Ham's got a stronger squad. I don't even know how the hell Eintracht Frankfurt are doing as well as they are in Europe. Beating the likes of Barcelona and then going to West Ham and doing a job like that. But anyway, that's what's going on. And the first of the playoff games, Wycombe Wanderers against MK Dons. I'm going to go for a narrow. I think I'll go for a 2-1 to Wycombe in that one, even though MK Dons are on a good run at the moment. Friday night, we've got the other League One playoff semi-final, and that is Sunderland at home to Sheffield Wednesday. I'm going to say 2-1 to Sunderland in that one. So that's my review of the week, preview of the week to come. Obviously, I'll do the weekend's action coming up on Friday. I'll do that on Friday morning or Friday evening. That episode for you. I'll probably try and do an episode either tomorrow or the day after. Just doing a basic. We're going to talk about who's been the success stories of the seasons in all the 4 divisions of the English Football League. Thank you for your support. You guys are fantastic. The ones that are subscribing to me, please tell all your friends and family, get them involved. Like I say, this is episode 16. We've got 17 coming up on, like I say, either on Wednesday or Thursday or possibly Friday. We're going to keep it rolling. I'm going to create more debate. Please comment, as I said, like and subscribe. And have a great week, whoever your team is. And all the best for yourselves personally as well. Okay, I've been Jamie Carter. It's Football Heaven 24/7. All the best, boy.